Hi Taurus, welcome into another general weekly reading for you for the week of November 18th to the 24th, if I remember the dates correctly. Now, when feeling out the Taurus energy before one of the many attempts to get this reading done, I'm feeling ultra serious within your energy. I'm feeling peaceful all the meanwhile. I'm feeling even disconnected and going through the motions throughout the week and surrounding it. And they're saying it's about you getting back in touch with the enjoyment that you need to be having for the routines, the tasks, the obligations, the responsibilities within your world. I pre-pulled 3 of these Divine Animals Oracle, and naturally we got the Gorilla card, speaking upon peace. There's something about your peaceful nature that's inspiring other people. It's even comforting people. You're at certain points throughout the week feeling a little bit moody, and my empaths need to cleanse their energy more, and I need to take that advice myself. But you're also needing to recognize and own the fact that certain things don't need to be paid close attention to. Certain things are not your responsibility to take on, to fix, to heal. You know, say there's someone at work or at home, or it could be, you know, your relationship. That person or those people are going through it or just moody. I feel there's a huge focus on karma. You know, I feel one of a couple of different people have done you dirty or have done negative things, had bad intentions, maybe for some spread a rumor or 2, if not several, and now karma's coming into play negatively for them, while I feel Spirit saying just eat up the good karma that you specifically are now receiving throughout the week, and even more so moving forward. We can't control people, we can't control certain other circumstances and aspects of our life situations, you know what I mean? So just at certain points throughout the week, I would recommend staying in your own lane. Okay, that's going to be my advice for you, because I feel there are some sticky situations that could come to be, or you could find yourself being wrapped up with, even becoming a significant part of which negatively, if you choose to associate yourself with the wrong people or conversations. Anyways, the responsibility card on the board as well, because I feel you're very responsible, you're very mature and passionate throughout the week in wanting to stay busy, get things done, get ahead of the game, or keep the ball rolling is kind of the energy message coming through. But again, just because you're feeling responsible, mature, and overly serious and productive throughout the week doesn't mean that you can't enjoy yourself along the way in the midst of all of which. And so I feel it's a week where, in certain ways you're feeling ultra connected, and these feel like fleeting accomplishments, moments, connecting. But then for the most part, I feel very disconnected within your energy. There's a sense of you not wanting to, at certain points, be bothered is what I'm getting. At certain points you don't want to be simply spoken to. You just really feel the need to, and this might be a guided moment, or even if it's not, you're wanting to stay in your own lane. You know what I mean? And I'm not feeling that's a bad thing. I'm also getting that, Taurus, you're feeling quite judgmental throughout the week, maybe even in regards to your own self-judgment, and for somebody, your looks or your work, it could be. But I feel very specifically when it comes to other people, again, the way people are working, living, appearing to the world, to you. Anyways, for somebody, you're judging somebody in regards to how they smell or how clean they are. I'm definitely guilty of that at times. Anyways, the Intuition Cat card, I feel, look at this imagery. There's a power about you throughout the week. There's such an intuitive superpower being utilized. I didn't love that wording. The week reminds you and other people that your intuition, as well as theirs, is a superpower, and I wouldn't be surprised if you find that you at certain points, or even when you don't realize it, utilizing your intuition to your advantage, and maybe the advantage of other people or a situation, or both. For some reason I'm being drawn to the zebra here. There's a focus on your butt, your behind, or maybe someone else's. Now they're making me think about a funny TikTok that I saw this morning. Anyways, but look up the spiritual meaning of a zebra. Also, there's a focus on sunglasses. I swear that came up in your next 48-hour reading that I just did the other day. Let's move on to some tarot. I feel like you're just wanting some people to pipe it down, or just maybe release their negativity, get their energy in order. Maybe at certain points you're finding, and I'm getting specifically somebody that's at work, and I can relate, you're just wondering why someone can't get it together, or you just want someone to do something neater. You know, they're leaving a mess behind, or they're just overcomplicating something. I feel there's somebody in your midst who is a complainer. Do not get on that bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Because that can be contagious at times. And addicting is what I'm hearing. Do not complain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Five of Wands. There's some negative energy throughout the week, and I feel you need to protect your own. I mean, there is a purpose to the background, I want to say chaos, you know, when it comes to kids playing. The energy in this park is all over the place today. It's quite intense. And I feel there's some of that throughout the week for you. Your choices are taking a highlight. What have you been overdoing? What do you need to change? Where do adjustments need to be required and utilized? I just heard ding ding, I'm here. I don't know why. Or ding ding, something's ready. You're going to find that any random purchases that you have and are throughout the week making online in general, I'm not getting in person, I'm getting very specifically online. There's reasoning to it, right? They're asking you, where have you been creating complication within your individual world, and where that control lies, that power lies. Let's make change. You know what I mean? Let's choose differently and not overcomplicate, oversaturate is the wording I'm getting. Anyways, for somebody, you're an overthinker and you need to silence your mind by meditating. But I really do feel, Taurus, this is a week where you have a lot in your mind. You have a lot going on. You have a lot of options, choices. You're being prepared for new decisions of importance, even in fleeting moments in the near future. Somebody finds an intense attraction to somebody who you don't find would have, rewinding back, would have been your taste. You know, this could be someone you're committed to or just in the dating process with, or you could have just recently or are throughout this week meeting them, even if it's online or on your phone, on an app is what I'm getting. But there's something about that is very, very specific to how you've been changing. As we change as souls, you know, our taste and our attractions in life, you know, can naturally develop and change on us. There's a snake in your midst is what I'm getting. There is a snake in your midst. I don't know who this is for you, and I don't like their energy whatsoever. They're saying there's something about you that feels like a meerkat, you know, a little bit stiff, very aware, maybe, you know, just feeling on edge at certain points. There are going to be moments, Taurus, I'm going to be completely real with you, where even if right before that or recently it wasn't feeling off in energy, you're just feeling off. They're saying, well, maybe that location where you are, that situation just went through a negative energy shift. And so if you can, again, it's not always that black and white or easy to do or possible, navigate, you know, migrate away from that situation as I'm seeing the Six of Swords in my mind's eye. Anyways, and look at that. The Six of Swords just popped out. I feel there's a focus as well on what you left behind and how that is suiting you. Just because you make a change in your life, you leave a situation behind for something different or just to make room for it, just because that does have certain difficulties or bad energy at certain points, obstacles come into play, doesn't mean it was the wrong choice, okay? Let us guide you is now what I'm getting. Let us guide you towards new situations, new experiences. There's honor and respect coming through as well. I was just about to clap as you could see. There's applauding taking place. You're feeling this way about yourself at certain points. I often do feel that way after I finish the recording of a really epic reading. There's definitely that kind of energy coming towards you, even at a distance for a lot, say online or something of the sort. But it feels like Spirit is saying that we need to relight the passion within, and it may feel like you have to time and time again, week after week, do this, and it may feel like a different process or just feel differently, you know, when you do it again, you know, in comparison to the last time. But they're saying This is important for the way you're meant to be proceeding along your path. We can't have you feeling this lack of passion and interest in life, you know what I mean? And that tying back into you going through the motions at certain points and not enjoying the process at hand, regardless of what that ends up being for you. Another ace. There's a huge focus on new, right, on the new experiences, new situations for the future, even recently. There's a huge focus on clarity coming through. I wouldn't be surprised if your intuition is a huge way for that to come through. Gaining intuitive hits throughout the week and just feeling things very accurately. Don't be surprised when you're reminded of certain people from the past that you met, say at beginning that job, or they joined that company. Or department, or you moved somewhere, or somebody moved in, you know, whatever the case may be, you started dating somebody and you felt that energy in regards to them 1000% accurately, even though I feel a lot of which, and I can relate, you started to forget that or ignore that or decide, you know, I maybe felt that incorrectly, you know, and that could have been, you know, somebody tried to paint someone as a negative person or a toxic person when you felt that they were a really good, you know, soul from the beginning. Or it could be the, you know, complete opposite, where you felt someone was a snake in your midst or just toxic, and then you started to be led to believe or feel that they were a good person, when in reality, I feel recently, or even throughout this week more so, you're being reminded of how accurately you felt in regards to that person or people. Anyways, I feel the week reminds you to, to stay strong is what I'm hearing, to remain positive, and to remember the benefits of being a good person, being a very karma-filled week. But as a lot of people do walk by, the Empress coming through, because I feel you're feeling full of life at certain points, and then a lack thereof, which, I don't know, I'm getting that. You're finding there's a huge focus on again, the new, going back to the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. They're saying you're going to find that things just simply align for you, fall into place now and more so moving forward, because you're walking a path, you're experiencing this life, especially at this point where things don't need to be forced, you know. A Taurus energy simply is a reminder to everybody, time and time again, that you do not need to force it in this lifetime. When something's meant to be, if something's meant to continue, come to an end, begin, it's simply going to be, you know what I mean? What's meant for you, and this week reminds you wholeheartedly, if something is meant for you, it will not pass you by. And if there is that rare case where it does pass you by, it was for a reasoning, and it will come on back, you know, because it's meant to be, period. And I also feel there's a focus on every situation in your life has, regardless of how long it's meant to last, you know, every situation has its chapters, in the midst of which there's a reminder as to why you live somewhere, whether it's that housing situation, that area, that city, state, county, you name it, country. You know, for me, often I think about and notice how people were strolling on by, people sit near me or are playing around me, and people just very much keep to themselves and they're not nosy in that sense in comparison to where I've lived, you know, previous to this part of California. And so I feel there's something about that for you. And it definitely reminds me of me mentioning this to one of my coworkers who's a server as well, and he goes, "That's Bakersfield for you." You're very guided is now what I'm getting, which ties into that for me. But the Queen of Cups in reverse, because I don't feel you're an emotional mess, is what I'm getting specifically. I don't feel you're letting things get to you emotionally. You may even find you're emotionally dry, if we didn't say that already, throughout the week. Your disconnect from things in an emotional heavy sense is you're not adding heaviness to what you wish to see come to be, or what you're hoping for, and what you even have to or choosing to naturally continuing throughout this time. Beautiful. So then once again, as we were saying, you are not forcing it in all aspects of life, I feel, or at least for the most part. Things are just going to come to be. Things are not going to feel like a tug of war, or just again, I'm getting the word forced. Okay, so moving on to begin to wrap up this reading, the 2 pages on the board, the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, new money throughout the week coming in, new opportunities coming in, something's now picking back up in pace, progression, growth. But I also feel it's a week of communication stemming from you, and even bouncing back and forth with some people in your life. I feel there's a focus on love for a lot, or the potential of which. Again, this is going to be a very peaceful, very, I'm hearing unbothered, judgmental, intuitive week for you. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Don't forget to reach out to book a personal reading with myself. Everything is down below. You just have to shoot me a quick email. I have enjoyed your very stern, very serious and productive reading. Until the next time we meet, do take care, Taurus.